Okay, I think Ijogbon was inspired by the locations that we used, in the film. I remember I shared with us that because my mom is from Komu, which was where we shot, a lot of the scenes. And, there are 3 towns that connect in that area. Komu, Iboja, Ibabode. And growing up, I was there a few times and I'll see that church. I remember in 1984, that was the first time I did a Christmas carol in that church. And when I went back, it seemed smaller, but I've always said, look, this church is still iconic. I would like to do something around it. And that was after we shot Anikulapo. And few years ago, like 20 years ago, I heard that, a lot of people have moved to that area, because of the mining potential. They started discovering treasure stones, all types. And I think like 7 years ago, I went, or 10 years ago, I went and we drove like 2 hours to the site. And that site is still part of Komo, borderline. And I saw what a lot of people are doing. It seemed like a shanty town, but then you see hundreds of people digging and I thought, look, at the stage where we are now, why would people want to run away? How come everybody wants to japa, just like the character Jamiu in the film? For me, look, a lot of things come to my head, especially when I hear people complaining about not getting jobs. Every time I have the opportunity to be on the plane, then I look outside and I see those that will come with the luggage. You see those that will fill you see a lot of people. And we hardly talk about some of these occupations because everybody wants to be an engineer. Everybody wants to be doctors. Everybody wants to be. And I thought to put some of these things together and, make them into a story. Sometimes a story is inspired by an incident or, an experience. But this particular story is inspired by the location, which is Komuiboja Ebabode, and some of the things that I saw there. Yeah.
I must chip this in.
Yeah.
Getting to the location for the very first time, it's obviously a director's trip. Yes. It's not a common sight. It is. I'm trying to use the right words. You want to live there. You want to touch nature. Actually, you can touch nature in those places. You can feel it. The ambience is so good, and I'm not surprised that it's inspired the story. And it was obviously a location made for the story. And quite a number of us cannot wait to get back to that place. It's a lovely place.
Quite a number of you.
Quite a number. I share that sentiment. I share that sentiment. I told Kunle that I like to go on vacation.
Yeah.
Obviously at the resort.
Yeah.
Like 2-3 days. It will make a lot of difference health-wise and what have you. So that's and it's like an ease of stress. And Igbojaya, especially for me, 3 towns about there, Igbojaya, obviously no one will visit such environment and not really be touched. You feel something, especially those of us who live in the cosmopolitan centers. You want to be there for a while. I did 2 weeks there, and I really didn't want to leave because apart from getting close to nature, the mountains, then you had a good location for the film village. Yeah. And I know that when I get back to Ibojai, I will not want to live in a hurry. Yeah.
That would probably be family.
Yes.
Correct.
Warm and nature. You already said nature, but yeah, the view is amazing.
For me, it will be like escaping from madness.
Yes.
At least for once.
Yeah.
I
Like,
need it.
what's that word?
Yeah. For me, it will be cool and working. Yeah.
For me, it would be serenity and adventure.
The, the words that come to my mind are bliss and creativity.
And the times on the days where I wasn't filming and I would come out very early in the morning and just sitting there looking around. And then I have a little buddy there out of last night, the horse, and it just takes me back to my country town, Kentucky. And it was just, you can get lost in your thoughts just being there. The weather, it was really cool. It wasn't too harsh, the heat, nothing like that. It was very, a beautiful.
So what would you say to Kunle that is greater than that Kentucky for you?
He did. I told him. I told him that I felt like I was back home.
Actually,
And on the horse.
Actually, we didn't meet the Ken. But like you said, I was just going to say, how come nobody mentioned the grill, the food that you didn't outside the
After every shoot was my favorite part.
Yes,
What was that?
Yeah, just called.
How we gather and like have fun and
Not just that. Then the director and his music.
yeah, all bridging.
Our times then, what about the reminiscent? If you look at, if you remember the films, I did love films.
Okay.
Down, watch every night. And I don't want to mention other things that
It's not that you drive.
because I'm not in church, so I don't want
Mom
to.
with you.
I don't want to say other things that director provide.
Director will entertain us. We would have a lot to eat, to drink, and he would say, "Oh, we have to be on set the next day, and we'll be the first to get there, and you must be there as well." But yeah, you must marry the night before.
I know. After.
Force any Joni, when they're in out. Hello, Wappy, bring drink. Where's your glass? They're not drinking.
I don't know where I got the energy from.
Maybe he's
We'll be the last to go to bed, to be the first to be on.
Yeah.
And talking seriously, and he knows, I've actually expressed this, and I was talking a lot about Iboja, and I just can't wait for the place to be ready.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of friends wanting to explore because, you see, going to Iboja, normally when I go out of Lagos, there's this fear, but traveling on that road,
yeah.
I don't know. I felt very comfortable in my skin and no fears at all.
At all.
And getting there, I could live there. I could actually live there.
Well, you're going to move there. All of us. All of you.
When
Man,
always
quiet. They didn't give you a
It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
For me, I think look, when we discovered that very space was when we were looking for location for Anikulapo. And then I thought, look, this cannot be a temporary thing because every time I'm there, I forget what happened anywhere in the world. They don't even come. Even my children, I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to think about anything because they're just in that space. You're looking, it seems like you're looking at something, but you're not looking at anything in particular. You're just in, your own world. And look, you need that kind of place for, for filming is the most ideal because you're not dealing with sound issues. You're not dealing with, and you wake up in the morning, if you go there now, it's different. I remember if I was saying that, look, I want to, on behalf of my team, the captain, and the entire Ijogbon team, we want to say, we're sorry for putting you in uncompleted field. Because really, our accommodation was not ready. And you can imagine superstars, all the people here, and we had scaffoldings and carpenter will go in the morning knocking and there was no permanent, like stable light because we run the light jet till morning and in the morning we'll switch it off and people were staying on the floor. We put mattresses on the floor in the rooms. I mean, can we please clap for this? I mean, thank you. But next production, you're gonna enjoy luxury. And it's swimming.
We can't wait.
That pool.
So Perfume Village and Resort will be ready, by the time we're doing the next one. Let's go.
I got it. She just wanted her diamonds. Period. My character. She was just a boss. She just wanted her diamonds and all this people. Stop it.
For Wonifari, it's very characteristic of any shrewd businessman.
Mm.
You go for where your mouth is, that's where your money is. The character very, very brutish and almost like no feeling. But then another side to Wonifari, loving. Yeah, the BC, the concubine, and all of that.
I knew you'd have given me one wrong.
Very romantic.
I
That village romance.
I'm the biggest people. You'd have given me one big wrong.
Exactly.
I was the biggest boy in that village.
But meanwhile, he charmed her.
He did.
All of them.
Actually, for me, because it seemed like it was a gift from God. Because I wanted to leave the town, right? And here lies a bag of diamond. What better opportunity for me to leave?
Oh, yeah.
And here comes Chief saying, Okuta Amida. Another person from Abuja saying, where are my diamonds? And I'm like confused, like, what's going on here?
Let me tell you, the Yoruba cosmology is often said, Obe for Laba.
Oh, you're going
The diamond don't fight from the start. You won't get it.
I mean, mo gbàdúrà pé mo fẹ́ kúrò ní ìlú Ọ̀yọ́.
You wanted to japa.
The diamond.
It tells a different thing for my own character. And it tells me the dilemma of parents who have worked so hard in bringing up their children within their limits, being probably the last consideration of those children at a point in their life. Here is a boy that the father at least has trained up to a point. Now he discovers this treasure, and the father is not even in his vision. The parents are not. I mean, for the father now, is not a priority in any form. It's not part of his consideration. All he's interested in is get out of that vicinity and make a better life for himself out there. And I think it's a strong lesson to parents as well. It's a very strong lesson to parents. Yes, take good care of your children, but for God's sake, live your life as well. Take care of yourself as well. My grandmother used to say in Yoruba, Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí n jẹun ọmọ, ṣùgbọ́n Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kí n dúró de oúnjẹ ọmọ kí n tó jẹun. In other words, God, please allow me to feed well, allow me to live well, but don't make me wait for my child to be able to live. If he brings or she brings it, fine. If otherwise, you've done your bit as a parent. I think it's a very strong message for parents. It's a very, very strong message for parents.
For Roti, I would say the diamond came at a time where they had to choose who is as a person, because before that time, I was always been that boy that listens to his parents and all of that. So it came at a time where he has to actually speak for himself, know what he wants, whether he wants to go to the seminary college or he wants to actually do other things. So
well, for me, I don't want to expose too much, but then I'll say he's actually not Ronti. Ronti is this guy who does not even is this issue. Honestly, Jamil puts all of this thing in you guys' head, and I think it's. But then, look, other people might have contrary, and that's why I like the fact that the story is debatable. At the end of the day, people will have different takes, and people, and I really like that. Also, the word Japa, in this age and time seem like a mirage, and that connects well with, not even just a demographic. It's like the the whole country and, different age grade. Everybody just wants to, Japa. But then for us, Nigeria is a blessed country, and we won't say don't Japa, but if you want to be a second citizen, it's okay to Japa.
But one thing we should not run away from or shy away from is the social media influence.
Yeah.
Because we want to agree with me that these lads, the Jamils of this world, the Rotis and the Omoba, have very strong contact out there, the social media influence. And for anyone within that vicinity, that axis, that locality, will not, I'm talking of the locals now, will not be thinking of Japaing. The Japa that those ones would have would probably be to Lagos or Ibadan, but not to about the plane and get out of the country. So we should put into cognizance the contact we have with social media, and the strength of social media rests on the young ones.
Greed. Yeah, greed.
On whose part?
Your role? I think
My role?
with Jamil. And
Who's
also
wrong? Don't speak about my man like that. He wasn't greedy.
he actually says
Yes.
to himself.
You weren't greedy.
He invested, an investor, and he must ROI.
I was even greedy because my boyfriend said me to him 2 times. So yeah.
To milk me.
Yeah, greed. Yeah.
Greed.
Greed.
I think it's great all
Okay,
over.
no.
All over.
Everywhere.
In all shapes.
Not for mommy church.
Even for the Abuja people. It was great.
Yes.
I will be asking myself what premium was placed on life and the whole thing. Because here are people who are willing and ready to waste life for stones. Let me put it that way. Valuable, precious stones, yes, but they are willing to do that, and it's a representation of the larger society. There is so much going wrong with the bigger society, and we've been able to capture this within this story. And there is the need for us to get back into an Igbojai, get back into a common, get back in the serenity of such spaces, and reinvent our approach to life generally. Because without the issue of the discovered stones, the precious stones, life was just this. People, the communal life was, it was more relaxed. There wasn't that was why it was very strange for the people to find even a dead body around. But the story is
again, I completely agree with you, because we felt that at the beginning of the film when we introduced, the foursome, and you could see that, from as soon as they left school, they were like really happy. And all over the place, and moving from one point to the other, and you could see the town, the bubbly town, the market, and everybody was just going in peace. But as soon as
these
Discovered.
blood sucking things like were discovered, the whole thing changed. Everything changed, and it's a big lesson for everyone. For me, well, I'm not greedy. I don't know about you, but
Sam.
I mean, you talk about your missy, don't mind your missy. But really, also, I'm sure a lot of people are not aware that there's a lot of mining going on in Okeogun generally. Shaki, Komu, Babote, Ipojak, all of those axes. I think even Igbo and all of and you see a lot of foreigners. You see Chinese. You see a lot of people from Asia, and that is why we also introduced that character in the film. Who is a Chinese, because Chinese are all over the world looking for opportunity. And me, I won't blame them. What they would do typically is to look for things that will not only benefit their country, but things that in the long run, they can do both importing and exporting. So they will learn in and out. So that, you can, Yoruba will say, one more, two more, So this is like a real life story. This is a story that, everybody can connect to. And it's a story that will also get a lot of people curious, about, what happens outside of, because a lot of metropolitan kids have no idea, what goes on outside of the border of Lekki. I'm not even saying border of Lagos, and there's so much that people can learn. And I think it's a story that can continue. I was thinking about that yesterday, and I said, look, I think this should be a series, because...
No.
Don't worry, we'll wake you. We'll
Okay, has to be that.
No. Don't let it out.
I'm sorry,
Don't
but
let it out.
there has to be a
Don't let it
perfect.
out. There's one bit I did not enjoy.
Yeah, tell me.
Filming. Why would a Chinese kill a Nigerian?
Don't let it out.
Don't let it out.
But there's another strong message, and this is to those who are in the seats of power. There's so much energy being put on oil, becoming the mainstay of our economy. But a trip to these places, just as you just mentioned now, will tell you that we need to pay attention. We need to pay attention. Yes, because a lot of individuals and well-placed people are milking us via this. They are milking us via this. And the Yorubas will say, Bogiri or the Chinese want to just stroll into your community and do anything without the aid of some.
Absolutely.
But probably that's not saying too much. But I guess the message.
Sorry.
Food for thought. I think
Okay, please go ahead.
that is one of the important elements that I really paid attention to is importance of the mother. Because if you look at the other kids, they had a mother that check them and all of that. But this toughest guy amongst us, he was too, he had been exposed to a lot of things as a child. So I think that built a lot of how he became what he became.
You say every single parent.
Straight bullet.
What are you saying? I don't even understand.
Where is he heading?
I was actually going to approach it from another sense.
Yeah.
I mean, another angle. You see, mothers could be quite doting and they are not able to draw the line. between who they think their children are and having gone through peer pressure, they still want to see that innocence. They still believe, they believe so much in their children. I mean, with Obi, whose mom is an Aladura, will take to church, and then with mommy church and the reverend, can you imagine this the naughty guy that will come home and pretend to be gentle, whereas he's up to several other things. And that's why you have parents defending their children, not knowing where they've been to with peer pressure, with social media, and what they are up to. So we really need to.
No. I mean, I mean, look at their dream. Look at Omoba. As soon as they discovered the stone, the first thing Omoba said was iPhone. That was the first thing. For someone in the village, you know, who, I mean, these guys, they go to farm with, you know, they're in that environment. You only will see traders and, you know, a bit of, you know, some of these miners, you know, they come out most times to the market during market day. So it's more of a contained environment, but their access to iPhone and stuff is from internet. So a lot of things that they, you know, get up to and all of that is really from internet. And you could see from their houses. Even Jamiu is from in fact, Jamiu is the most, like, he's well grounded. Like, the father is very educated, and then they are devoted Muslims, you know, but you know, so for me, there's just so much, like, to take in, to digest, and, you know, help us in you know, feeding people some of the things we feel that they need to know and they need to learn. You know, it's not a direct advocacy, but at the same time, I'll go and share it into what.
And then the choice of location. If I look at it this way, ordinarily most producers would want to tell that kind of story around your urban centers. You know, the story of diamonds. Okay, we've seen other producers from outside Nigeria treat such stories, but this is Nigeria. I am yet to see a producer work on such stories, withdrawing from the metropolitan centers. We're talking of diamonds, and then who are we talking about? Just the locals. And so for me, it's a statement coming from the suburb to the entire globe. So for me, it's very instructive. Very instructive.
Nothing actually prepared me. I remember when my manager sent me the script, and I was like, firstly, nobody has really heard me speak Yoruba before. And he was like, oh, no, it's calm. They said the character doesn't have lines. I'm like, how is that possible? And I remember speaking to Black Man, and he said, oh, some things might change, director might flip it. And I'm like, my Yoruba is not solid. Although, like, all my life I've lived in Lagos, I know how to speak, but I never practiced. And I was like a bit scared. I remember getting on set with all these superstars, and I'm like, oh my God, let me not fuck up. Like, And, you know, I felt like set also helped me. Everyone was warm. Everyone was welcoming. Shout out to you guys.
We had no option.
So, yeah, I think the energy on set encouraged me a lot. And, you know, I don't know. I don't know what inspired me. I feel like I just took the role and I played it. And, you know, he's like perfect at directing. He'll just tell you, do this. And it's easy on you. And yeah, everything just happened, basically.
Copyright.
The scene with my dad, I told him that
Say it now. Tell us.
Dad, I have to leave. I think he made it to the
Yes.
court. I have to like para for
Welcome to
Dad,
the-
I have to leave. I think that was emotional. Yeah.
Are you para for your father?
That was
Pastor.
frustrating that he has been doing.
Oh my God. Tell me my dad. She was straight to the point. She just wanted what was it? That's it.
Ṣé òun ló kó síbẹ̀?
At that moment, it's hers. Give her what she wants. You said you're gonna pay me. You died, so pay me. Pay me.
Okay.
What is yours?
Headmaster, principal.
Cataclysm. At that point when he comes up and says, "This is cataclysm of the wild and magnitude."
And then the reaction of ìtumọ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀ ni pé just problem. Ijogbon.
Okay. So I think my character was special because I didn't have so much to say. I just had to sit pretty and look good beside my man.
Did you say sit? I thought it was more like lie pretty, but it's okay.
No, I didn't even lay with him. That was my other man.
Your favorite.
When I was caught, my favorite lie was when I was caught cheating on my man. And I had to confess. Oh no, it wasn't clear. They just me. I'm sorry, honey.
It happens. Okay, man. Shelu you swing around. That line I came from a place of anger. Like, are you people not seeing what I'm seeing?
What are you saying?
This
You want to
sound
go
is.
to Benin Republic of all places.
I just wanted to get out.
Ah,
I just wanted to get out. Like, Shelu you swing.
From there to Canada now.
But frankly, but ironically, that is like echoing the minds and the words
Of
of
course.
a lot of young
Yes.
boys.
Yes. Uncle Yomi, you haven't said yours. What is yours?
He said it earlier.
I have.
He said it earlier.
Okay.
I have
Prove that I
three.
know your own.
So I have to say the three lines.
Okay.
So of course the first one is Okuta Amida. The second one is Kasali Logun Fomide. And then the last one is Bisi Temim Bisi.
Oh my God.
Kẹ́yìn tó mọ Bisi lèmi ti rí Bisi. That's the line.
None of that happened.
My diamonds first.
Our friend first. When they running come.
This is cataclysm of a bewildering magnitude.
Ijogbon, now streaming on Netflix.
Ijogbon, don't miss it. Now on Netflix.
You all go watch Ijogbon, now streaming live on Netflix. Go watch that boy run.
Ijogbon is now on Netflix. You don't want to miss it.
Hi guys, so Ijogbon is now streaming on Netflix. You guys go download, subscribe, and watch us out. Okay, peace.
Yeah, the much anticipated Ijogbon. The movie is now showing on Netflix. Go subscribe, watch it.
How's it going, guys? My name is Man Like K, and Ijogbon is now streaming on Netflix.
Alright guys, well finally it is out on Netflix. Ijogbon Chaos. So subscribe now and enjoy yourself. Enjoy your fun.